Has Sean Strickland ever fought a really, really strong wrestler?
I looked through his resume and he has not.
Not really fought a strong wrestler, but he's known for having really good grappling, really good takedown defense. But there's just different fucking levels of grappling, and Khamzat is at the highest level. Like, I think him and Islam are the two. They're just so dominant in that aspect. Sean Strickland has great cardio. I feel like Khamzat's going to be able to get a hold of him. He's going to be able to take him down, but is he going to be able to do that over and over and over? Is he going to be able to finish him? I don't know. If Sean can get up, as Strickland got it done, it would be fucking sweet.
The winner, Dana said, is obviously fighting for the title next for Sean Strickland. How do you think that fight plays out between you two?
An old fight in my head. I smash somebody,
Like, were you sparring in the gym and Sean Strickland told you to, like, chill
relax?
a bit?
Like, yeah, you're better than everyone here. Like, don't hurt no one.
You're better than everybody, so just don't hurt people.
If somebody goes hard, I go hard. If somebody plays, I don't like to train, So I need to be hard work and hard fighting, hard sparring. Play shit is not for me.
At the UFC Apex to talk about a lot of big fights that are going to be happening. And the first one, right off the bat, the biggest news of them all. And we were kind of waiting for this one. We kind of had a feeling that maybe this was going to happen. And I am, of course, talking about the one and only Khamzat Chimaev taking on, for the middleweight title, Sean Strickland. That is correct. Sean needs no nickname. He gets called lots of names by a lot of people because he's a controversial guy. But I'll tell you what, the way that he beat Alexander Fluffy Hernandez, the way that he put a beat down on him respectfully to Fluffy, the way that he finished him with that knee to the midsection, and then, to be honest, how he handled himself on the microphone, right? Fluffy's the definition of a man. He deserves this shot.
All right, fight fans, get ready, because the UFC has just unleashed a matchup that's instantly set the MMA world on fire. Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland for the middleweight title is officially on the horizon, and this is far more than a championship fight. This is a collision course between two explosive forces. Sean Strickland has built a reputation as one of the most unpredictable personalities in the sport. His recent dismantling of Fluffy Hernandez proved he's still a serious threat inside the cage, but it's his relentless trash talk and chaotic energy outside of it that truly fuels the hype. Pair a volatile figure like Strickland with the terrifying intensity of Khamzat Chimaev, and you don't just get a title fight, you get a spectacle that feels reminiscent of the heated Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov era. The tension...
How's he going to do against Khamzat Chimaev? I don't know about that. Khamzat Chimaev is ridiculous. What is he, 15-0? He's a force of nature. Of course, went to a decision with Dricus du Plessis, controlled him throughout the entirety of the fight. Yes, he was trying to finish it, but he didn't get it. But other than that, he does smoke most people. Now, Sean Strickland gets the shot over Nasruddin Imavov. Now, let me just look at my notes here, because I'll tell you when and where exactly that is happening. It is going to be May 9th, okay, in Newark, New Jersey.
Then there's Khamzat Chimaev, the man known as the Boars, a fighter who has rapidly become one of the most feared competitors in mixed martial arts. Undefeated and seemingly unstoppable, Chimaev has bulldozed his way through elite opposition with a terrifying mix of wrestling dominance and raw aggression. His grueling battle with Dricus du Plessis, even though it went to the judges' scorecards, proved just how relentless and technically sharp he truly is. When someone with Chimaev's suffocating pressure meets a provocateur like Sean Strickland, the stakes instantly grow beyond a championship belt. This transforms into a story about pride, personality, and dominance in the middleweight division. The scheduled date of May 9th in Newark, New Jersey now feels less like a simple event and more like the starting point of a rivalry that could define the division.
Strickland headlining against Khamzat Chimaev. There's a lot to talk about there. There's a lot of bad blood. Chimaev claims that he's already choked out Strickland multiple times, and also claims that his training partner, who's like 135 pounds, also choked out Sean Strickland.
Yeah,
choked him out a few times, right?
We did spar a lot before, but that's why he's so mad, because of this.
And as I say, that's the main event in Newark, New Jersey.
This is where the comparisons to the Conor versus Khabib dynamic start to feel very real. The friction between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland didn't appear overnight. It stems from previous encounters, especially Chimaev's bold claims that he has submitted Strickland multiple times during training sessions. According to Chimaev, even other fighters in the gym managed to choke Strickland out as well. Those comments aren't lighthearted promotional talk, they're direct attacks on Strickland's pride as a fighter. Just imagine the tension during the press conferences and stare-downs. Chimaev's icy confidence clashing with Strickland's brutally honest and aggressive personality is almost guaranteed to create unforgettable moments. This fight isn't simply about rankings anymore, it's a deeply personal rivalry brewing in public.
Is it Sean Strickland getting the shot over Nasruddin Imavov? I know Imavov beat Kyle Bohaya, but when you look at it, Strickland's already beat Imavov. Yeah, it was a while ago, but a win's a win. And he just put a beat down and a stoppage on Fluffy, right? Imavov beat Kyle Bohaya.
Naturally, many fans have asked why Sean Strickland received this opportunity ahead of other contenders. The answer lies in the UFC's unmatched ability to craft compelling narratives. While some fighters might hold stronger statistical cases, Strickland brings a unique blend of credibility and chaos. He owns a previous victory over Nasruddin Imavov and recently secured a convincing finish against Fluffy Hernandez. But beyond results, Strickland generates attention like few fighters can. The UFC understands that the best fights combine skill with story. By pairing Chimaev with someone who thrives on confrontation and controversy, the promotion has created a matchup guaranteed to captivate fans around the world.
By decision, and we all know this sport's about what have you done for me lately. There is a backstory between Chimaev and Sean Strickland. They have trained with one another. There's a bit of shit talk. There's going to be bad blood. We know that the lead up to the fight will be God.
What truly elevates this fight is the authenticity of the rivalry. The tension between Chimaev and Strickland doesn't feel artificial or manufactured. These two men have shared the training room before, and the friction that developed there has now spilled out into the public eye. Words have been exchanged, accusations have been thrown around, and neither man appears willing to back down. That genuine hostility transforms the build-up into something electric. When fans know the animosity is real, every interview, every press conference, and every face-off becomes must-see entertainment.
Insane, right? Chimaev doesn't hold back. He talks shit, but in a kind of reserved way, but like he truly believes in himself. And Sean Strickland is just going to go on the full offensive.
The contrast in their personalities only intensifies the intrigue surrounding this matchup. Khamzat Chimaev carries himself with a quiet but intimidating confidence. When he speaks, there's a calm certainty that suggests he fully believes no one can stop him. Sean Strickland, however, operates on the opposite wavelength. Loud, brutally honest, and completely unfiltered, he thrives on confrontation and controversy. Watching these two personalities interact during fight week will be fascinating. Their psychological warfare is bound to elevate the drama, turning every interaction into another chapter in this rapidly growing rivalry.
We know that. He's going to be talking some crazy shit. Dana even joked about it on the little show that we did there. He said they're going to need extra security for that fight during the fight week, leading up to the fight, after the fight, in the fight. It's going to be a mad one because Sean Strickland doesn't hold back. And you know what?
All signs point toward an incredibly tense fight week atmosphere. There's already talk about heightened security measures, which says a lot about how volatile the situation could become. Even Dana White has joked about the possibility of things getting out of hand, but beneath the humor lies a genuine sense that this rivalry could explode at any moment. Strickland rarely filters what he says, while Chimaev carries a fierce competitive intensity that never seems to switch off. When those two energies collide in one place, sparks are almost guaranteed to fly.
Even if you don't like the shit that he says, you have to appreciate the entertainment value that he brings to the table. And then on top of that,
despite the controversy that often surrounds Sean Strickland's comments, his value as an entertainer in the UFC cannot be denied. Few fighters generate as much discussion both inside and outside the octagon. His performance against Fluffy Hernandez showed a sharper, more aggressive version of his fighting style, reminding everyone that beneath the chaos is a highly skilled competitor. That blend of legitimate ability and polarizing personality makes Strickland one of the most compelling figures in the sport today, and it ensures that every fight he's involved in captures widespread attention.
Performances inside the octagon. That one against Fluffy.
Yet once the noise fades and the cage door shuts, the fight itself becomes a fascinating tactical battle. Everything may ultimately revolve around one critical question. Can Sean Strickland prevent Khamzat Chimaev from taking the fight to the ground? That single factor could decide the entire outcome. Strickland's sharp striking and constant pressure make him dangerous on the feet, but Chimaev's relentless wrestling has overwhelmed nearly everyone he's faced. If Strickland manages to keep the fight standing, he could create serious problems. But if Chimaev secures control on the mat, the momentum may swing heavily in his favor.
Which one are you looking forward to the most? Who wins between Khamzat Chimaev and
With the rivalry, the personality clash, and the championship stakes all colliding, the ultimate question becomes impossible to ignore. Who walks away victorious? This matchup is more than a prediction. it's a puzzle of styles and mental warfare. Will Sean Strickland's striking, durability, and psychological tactics be enough to disrupt Chimaev's dominance? Or will Khamzat's suffocating grappling and relentless pressure prove once again why he's considered one of the most dangerous fighters in MMA? However it unfolds, the anticipation surrounding this fight has already turned it into one of the most compelling storylines in modern UFC history.